Good morning, everyone. It's almost that time, but it's gonna be Maelstrom for a few minutes. Oh boy, my glasses are dirty. And I don't have a cloth up here. So, hash browns take a while, I learned. Stephen was up here getting stuff set up, and I got the eggs ready to start cooking, and I washed the pan because we needed a specific pan. And, Stephen got the toast ready when he came down, but I didn't realize hash browns took more than 10 minutes, so cool. So, he's finishing up breakfast, and I'm up here, because Stephen does the eggs. So how's everyone this morning? We lost power yesterday, and we just realized today that it had flashed yesterday, because the microwave and the Keurig were not on. Andrew says Stephen does the eggs incorrectly? Some people think so, namely Noah. I'll call Noah out, because we had like this silly little tiff going on about it. And Chaz. Chaz does not like eggs this way. Stephen and I both like our eggs to be, like, creamy. Like, there's curds, but they're not, like, there's no brown on them. And they look, like, wet. They're not, like, dried out and brown. Sparks is right, yeah, he does them the Gordon Ramsay way. Where he stirs them, like, completely all the time. And so he's, like, focused on the eggs. Chess says, you say no brown as if there is room between brown and soup. I mean, I'd say his are right in the middle. Are we talking about scrambled creamy, Shisasama says. Yeah, they're like that. Like, it's not like water. I don't know. They'll be upstairs in a minute. Some more dogs are having an omelet this morning. Omelet would be good. I don't have any vegetables, except some frozen things. And we didn't have any sausage or bacon, so it's just a few things. Em and I was having breakfast pizza. That sounds really good. Like making up a pizza that's just breakfast things. Zeusarn is having toast with huckleberry and raspberry jam. We just had to order some raspberry jam because we realized we didn't have enough jam. Chicken mango curry for dinner. Chill Days is thinking of having. That sounds amazing. I really like mango. I just don't like how it gets stuck in your teeth. Sapphire Becca said Mom made me oatmeal for taking the car out to look at damage. I feel like I introduced Stephen to oatmeal because it wasn't something he had a lot. No, it says mango is top tier fruit. No cap. Mango's up there. I really like mango, grapefruit, cherries, and then probably raspberries. But I kind of go through like I'll be like really into a fruit, and I'll be like, okay, I'm done with this fruit for a bit. Ariane says melons. Melons are great. Bananas are Thomas's fruit. Where does everyone like bananas? Because, like, if you think of, like, how they go from, like, green all the way to, like, solid brown, I like them with just a little bit of brown. Like right before they go way too soft. Brandon says in the trash is where I like them. I like them like the day before you would make banana bread with them. And Stephen likes them solid yellow with like a tinge of green. And I think they're not sweet enough. Was that Avarito? Do you like different fruit? Where'd it go? Scroll back up. Mangosteen or jackfruit? I have not had either. I think the strangest thing I tried was I got a papaya in college because of an inside joke with Haley. And I wasn't a big fan, but I don't know if I picked a good one because I'd never had one before. A few years ago, when I say few, we were in the apartment, so it was more like 5 years ago, we got a dragon fruit. And it was really pretty, but we didn't think it had much taste. But also, like, they're not grown here, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe, like, if you get it directly off the tree or bush or however they grow, they're a lot better. I have not tried star fruit. I've always wanted to because it looks so pretty. But my dad used to be produce manager at a grocery store. And so I had never tried things like kumquats before, and those are really good. And there's some other things we tried, like sometimes he just like cut up fruit and we get to try it. Oh, kiwi's good too. Where did that go? Luna Boy says, speaking of Haley, how's she been doing since Tuesday? Haley's been doing good. I don't know what she's put out on the internet about her surgery since then. But, I do know she's home, so. She's home, so that's good. I'm sure it's nice to get to sleep in your own bed after that. I mean, nobody toilets alone. Rando Anthro says, yeah, there was a sign in the hospital that said, you know, don't fall, call a nurse so you can get help going to the bathroom, but it said no one toilets alone. And it was a really good sign that she put on Twitter.
Coffee!
Hi.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I gotta go grab my coffee, but otherwise we're good. Finally. Woo.
Super Brekkie is here. Of course he took up... Did you unplug all the stuff?
I'm sorry?
Did you unplug the toaster oven? Because I got a whiff of something burning when you came up.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Anyway, this is Super Brekkie. So we have toast and eggs and hash browns. Thomas's morning Coke crew roll call. Thomas has been drinking Coke in the morning. I had some the other day, and I realized that I probably shouldn't have soda. Shows the liquid eggs. They're not liquid. Like, they have shape to them. Thomas says, I'm on vacation, I'll do what I want. You can do what you want, Thomas. I'm just saying I can't do soda in the morning anymore. I'm like limited to once a week.
I feel like I didn't unplug the toaster oven.
I didn't, because it was cooking when I came upstairs.
Okay. Then maybe I just very instinctively unplugged it after it was done. But I just don't. I remember unplugging the toaster. I don't remember unplugging the toaster oven. And I was kind of like, did you unplug it?
No,
Has it
I
been not
couldn't
cooking?
have. Oh no, those are totally a different color than they were.
I mean, okay. I mean, things that are left in a hot box get cooked.
But I wouldn't have unplugged it and then come upstairs when I knew it was cooking.
I mean, maybe. It's early. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday.
Yeah, good job. And what's special about this Thursday?
Coffee.
Coffee. It's our anniversary. We're celebrating 9 years of marriage today. It was 9 years ago today that we were on the beach. I mean, not at 9 a.m., but but at some point, I don't remember what time.
2?
Like 2 p.m. I don't know. We were on the beach and said some words, and then people clapped, and then we ate something. I don't know. There was Jones soda. I was trying to recall things about the wedding the other day, and I realized that the word that I have the strongest word association with is chicken cordon bleu.
Yeah.
It's like, Stephen, what happened on our wedding? I'm like, there was sand. And Mal's like, mm-hmm. And I was like, and there was Jones soda. And she's like, mm-hmm. And I'm like, and there was chicken cordon bleu. She's like, was there anything else? I'm like, I have no idea. I wasn't there. Thank God that, there's video of all of this stuff.
The plate is really hot where that hash brown is. It's like burning my hand.
Yeah, well, the hash brown's warm. Anyway, has anyone complained about eggs yet? Noah's here, so I just...
We were talking about them.
Yeah, I didn't, in an ideal world, I would have cooked them slower, but I was trying to base everything, there's some complaint. I was trying to base everything around the hash browns. And then I came downstairs and I found out Mal hadn't started hash browns, and I was like, ooh, that's going to be a problem.
I didn't know they needed to be.
Because they take almost closer to 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's good.
La, di, da.
That's really good. Man.
They are very good. Thank you.
I like eggs always. There's no such thing as a bad egg. You have opinions about that statement? In what way do you not like eggs?
Hard-boiled.
Oh, they're good that way too.
Don't like them hard-boiled.
They're good. They're good hard-boiled.
Disagree.
Slice them up and put them on a salad. That's what a lot of people do with hard-boiled. I mean, rotten. Obviously not a rotten egg. We've had Zentry eggs. They weren't that bad.
No, they weren't that bad. Tasted like mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Which we like, so.
Yeah. They look a little strange.
Some people have said deviled eggs. I like deviled eggs.
I'm not super huge fan of deviled eggs. I've never had raw eggs in the sense of just eating raw, cracking open an egg and eating it. But there's a dish in Japan where you just crack raw eggs onto your rice, and we had that.
Well, the thought is that your rice will help cook it, but.
I don't know about that. Maybe a little. But it's not that hard. Thomas forgot we got plates. It's true. It's true. They're really nice plates. It's a big old set.
It's Corelware.
It's really nice. Because they're sturdy, Anyway. I know people want to talk about Pikmin. Because that was a big deal that happened yesterday. Yeah. And I'll start going through alerts once I finish my eggs, because it's only going to be good while it's warm.
Yeah. They will not be good cold.
But yeah, Pikmin's super friggin' exciting. And it's not that I have clairvoyance. It's just, you're looking at a pattern Like, Nintendo has moved every other major Wii U title. At this point, we were waiting basically on Pikmin and Mario 3D World. You know, they've moved all this other stuff, so it's like, of course they're gonna do Pikmin 3 at some point. What?
Noah's calling you out. Noah said, firm eggs are fine room temp, unlike your abomination.
I mean, someone would eat these cold. It's just not going to be me. Mario 3D World, Xenoblade X. We had this discussion like a few months ago.
I feel like Mario 3D World.
Mario 3D World is absolutely going to happen. Like, absolutely going to happen. Have you ever accidentally opened the pepper on the pour side and poured it onto your eggs? I haven't done that. That wouldn't be so bad, though. You just lift it up and tap it and be like, eh. I have a lot of pepper on my eggs. I really like salt and pepper. So I kind of... Just in general, as I went through life, I tend to...
Oh, Brandon.
2 times is too many. I tend to over-season things. But I just really like strong flavors. Zelda Wind Waker HD Deluxe. I'm not counting Wind Waker because Wind Waker was a port. I don't think you're going to get Wind Waker on the Switch. Maybe. But because that was already a port, I'm like, I don't know if that's going to happen. But, I guess, yeah, the ones that we're missing is Xenoblade and Mario 3D World. Although with them redoing Xenoblade 1, I kind of don't suspect you're going to get Xenoblade X. Maybe! But the only one that I feel very, very certain of is, you know... Oh god, think about how your eggs are getting cold while you're singing. Is that mean? Now, start us off.
The eggs are getting cold now.
While we're trying to sing.
There has some pepper.
I have my ring.
They're on a piece of toast too.
Notice that you didn't.
Breakfast was for our anniversary. I had to swallow too much toast at once. It hurt.
I'm just going to skip my last line then. Just drawing attention to the fact that it's... Like, Mallory
Caleb
doesn't...
Crisp didn't. I haven't had any coffee yet.
Mallory does not usually wear her ring. Like, I don't know the last time he wore it. It's been weeks or months or... She just doesn't usually wear it. But I was going to...
I don't want paint to get stuck in the stone.
Yeah.
I had paint all over my hands.
Well, I mean, even your, like, normal wedding band, you don't wear that.
No, it's because I forget where it is. I know where it is. It's in the jewelry box. But I don't think about it when I walk past.
I'm just gently poking you because today is, like, the one day.
The one day. Do you want me to wear it?
No. It's just the one day of, like, hey, this is, like, the marriage day. This is like the day that, the rings mean something. Every other day of the year it doesn't mean anything. But today... Thomas leaves mine on. Britt wears hers when she's going out. Which hasn't been often. Admittedly. Yeah. Some people call it the wedding shackle. I saw a webcomic recently. It was really good. It was someone that was at a wedding, and they were looking around, and like...
Oh, the cake topper is
like... The cake topper is like the guy in like the ball and chain.
Mm-hmm.
And then the cards that are given are like, game over, your life ends. And there was like some other thing about like being a prisoner. And then they go up to the groom and they're like, Are you doing this willingly? I was like, if that's the theme of your wedding, there might be some deeper issues at play. If that's what's in, I'd have some questions. God, those are good. Anyway, that song, which we did, you know, bad. Bad. Was from Danny X6. You said, happy anniversary, sing about how your eggs are getting cold while you're singing. Is that mean? It's only like mildly mean. Mildly mean is barely mean.
Just barely.
Just barely. I don't eat eggs much now. So when I have them, it's better.
They're more of a special treat. Good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very good breakfast, thank you.
No, thanks.
The hash brown was good.
Good. Was it cooked enough?
Oh yeah, definitely. Kind of burned my tongue a little bit.
Mmm.
Sorry.
Sorry, if you could, like, do anything so I could just eat, that would be great. That would just be...
This, chat's commenting on this.
You're just, like,
being
reading
groovy.
chat. And I'm like, that's cool that you're reading it. If you could read it with your mouth, though. Because, like, I really just want to eat my eggs.
This music was so groovy, though.
You're enjoying it. Chaz.
The Chaz.
Chaz allows it. Bad wedding themes?
Here's a list of wedding themes.
That are really bad.
And the first one is...
Something that makes me mad.
And the second one is...
What are you doing?
The third one is...
You have to actually list them!
I was hoping you would list them.
The idea! I set you up so you could just say, but you already had in your head that you were going to be saying, and the second one, so you just kept going!
Yeah. Pancake's on my side. Steven, if you had cooperated, it would have worked great.
Mallory, I'm the one that has to do the rhymes. You just have to say things based on whatever I say. It's easy. I'm gonna be honest.
Plastic says, personally, I relate the most to number 3, but most people relate to number 2.
Oh, my stomach hurts. This is my favorite song. Like the duet, the Irish Drinking Song has been my favorite song because you just don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know. You just don't know. That was 5,000 from Moselle with an E who says, bad wedding themes. Of course, the worst wedding theme is, this makes me mad. Just, but do you know? This BuzzFeed article's great. Top 10 worst things at a wedding. Number 1, it's gonna make you mad. Number 2, really though, check this out.
Well, da.
People are talking about the Irish Drinking Song where Colin goes, meow.
Meow.
That's one of my favorites.
It's probably the most famous one. That's our... I was gonna say that's our version of the meow one, but that's like 50% of the duets we've done. It's like, there was an attempt.
There's a milk bomb from Tired Psychopomp 91. Thank you.
Thank you.
An extremely detailed list.
I'm almost done with this, and then, God help me, I'll read the alerts.
Cool. So, do you know what we're having for dinner tonight?
No.
You haven't figured it out? Even though I talked about there being pasta and chicken.
Mallory. You know I don't pay attention.
You want me to tell you, or you want it to be a surprise?
You can tell me. You can surprise me now.
I'm making chicken pesto Florentine.
It's one of my favorite things.
I know. We haven't had it in a very long time.
I did not know what we were having. That is a genuine surprise.
It's basically chicken with Alfredo sauce and pesto sauce. It's like a 50-50 mix, and then it's on pasta.
It's very good. It's very flavorful.
And normally I throw like a fresh tomato on that, but we don't have one, so there will be no tomato.
It's all right. My mom also brought something over.
Yeah.
And we don't know what it is.
It was in a brown paper bag, and we were told to put it in the fridge.
And we have not taken out of the brown paper bag. So there's some sort of surprise tonight, and I don't know what it is. Also, have beans.
I also have a gift for you.
Sorry.
But you can't have
Burping.
it now because you're eating hash browns.
You have a gift for me?
Yeah. I'll film you.
Oh, it's the thing that
Yeah.
showed up in the box, and
Yeah.
I was like, that might have melted.
They're
Those are
fine.
good.
Yeah, it's really good. You put like the perfect amount of Bojangles seasoning on that.
It's kind of like we went to Bojangles.
I know.
Oh, man.
Med Riddler says, so Steven, what'd you get for mail?
Brekkie.
I got the watch.
Yeah, I gave that. That was like a month ago.
Yeah.
And how have you liked it? You've used it for a month.
I really liked it. It's interesting to see. I don't have trends yet because I think you have to have it 2 months total to have the trends. I can't do that on the watch. I have to do that on the phone. But yeah, it'll give you trends. So it says it takes 180 days of activity to start your trends.
That is 6 months.
Oh, it's 6 months? Okay. I was guessing on how many months, and then I read that out loud and didn't do the math. So it'll tell you, like, what your pace is for walking and, like, what your average numbers are, which is something I'm excited to see in 5 months.
It's I think it's encouraged us to walk more.
Yeah.
And that's good.
I'm just really looking forward to it being not 100 degrees.
Yeah.
And
There
so humid.
It's pushed us to walk more because we were walking like once or twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good.
Now if it's cool enough, we'll try and get a walk in.
Yo, enjoying that funeral march?
Shana says, oh lord, you guys have a heat wave too. No, this is just our normal summer.
Yeah.
It's like 88 with a heat index of like 110, and it's...
There are some days that we've been able to walk, and instead of it just being like once or twice a week, now it's basically every day that's not going to kill us that we go do it, and it's been fun. It's been fun. I really am looking forward to probably September.
Yeah.
Probably September will be the month that we'll be able to walk pretty consistently, just half an hour every day. So.
Where do we live? Southeast U.S. South Carolina. Super humid. We just had a hurricane.
Yeah. It's warm.
You know what we did notice on our walk
really warm.
yesterday? Because we went for a walk yesterday.
I can think of one thing, and it's something I don't want to remember.
Oh, no, not that.
No.
Ooh. All of the drainage on the street,
Yeah.
the storm drainage.
Oh, it was full.
They were full to the road. I've
Yeah.
never seen that.
It's not ideal.
And you could see on people's grass on their lawn where the floodwater was. So on some of the ones, I'd say it was probably 2 feet up from the road. Not like this way, but this way up their yard. And it was just, you could see like the debris line on their lawns with how deep the water was.
When you're walking by a grate and you realize that the water is to the top, you're like, seems bad. And then you're thinking, I hope it doesn't rain again.
It's supposed to rain all week. It's supposed to rain at noon today. And we were walking, and when we came out of our house, there's like 3 or 4 directions we could turn. Or 2. And then like every way was some other people walking, and like because of the pandemic, we're trying to not walk next to someone, really. So we were like, oh, we'll go this way.
I mean, also just in general, it's weird.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? You walking? Us too. That's cool. So we're just gonna walk with you.
Well, we had to go one of the directions, so we went one, and we were walking, and this couple goes, one of your parents was here, they said, some time ago, and they were like, which one of your parents was in the neighborhood? Or something. And I was like, well, it was probably his parents if it was our parents.
Also, these people live like several houses down, and I'm like...
They're on a different street.
Are they? Oh, they're in a different street? I
yeah,
thought they were on...
we waved at them when we were on the parallel street.
That's not where they live.
Yeah, they do. Because she said she had the pine trees in her backyard.
All right. There's another couple that looks identical that lives down the street. I don't know. So, I mean, they're old. Like, whenever people get old, they all start looking the same. I am going to look like every other old person in another, 5 years.
Only 5.
That's how long I got. I'm old now. Give me 5 more years, I'll be...
Anyway, they were talking to us about the storm from across the street because we were on different sides of the street walking. And she said that they had the pine trees, those tall pine trees in their backyard. Mm-hmm. And where their house is, it's real close to those trees.
Well.
And she said she was anxious on Monday night.
They seem nice.
Yeah, they did.
We don't really have any communication with anyone in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, they all go out walking and they'll stop in each other's driveways and chat. And, we don't know anyone. And we're, young.
Well, the other...
without kids.
The other thing is that, I mean... A lot of the people that live in the neighborhood are older.
Yes.
Which is great.
Our area is definitely not as retirement as Florida, but it is full of a lot of retirees.
Yeah.
There's not very many kids in our neighborhood.
No, but it's good because for the most part, well, I was gonna say for the most part people were quiet, but then our next door neighbor was like, boom, but also he was younger than us.
Yeah.
Or same age as us.
Yeah.
So for the most part, I find that people over 60 aren't playing loud music. And I also feel like I've always gotten along really, really well with older folks. Mm-hmm. I just have. My parents had a lot of older friends, and they would come over. And, I would sit at the table, and I would have actual real conversations with folks.
See, I always enjoyed that at, holidays, just because I have such a large, extended family. I love my cousins. They're actually really cool, and they're all doing really cool things as adults. But I was kind of in a weird spot where I had cousins who were either, too old to play with me because I was too young, or they were, too young for me, and they were, very little. So I was kind of in this weird zone where there weren't any my age.
Yeah.
So, growing up, I just, talk to my aunts and uncles. Or play with Carly.
This is... Sorry, talking about old age and having the Funeral March play is just really on the nose right now.
It's still the song.
Listen! It's a long song. Mouse vetoed this song. Anyway.
Did I pause it?
No, you switched it to from the window. I finished my food. I finished my coffee.
Uh-huh.
I've had a nice conversation about how I want to be surrounded by old people. And now
I do like our neighborhood.
Yeah, no, I really like our neighborhood, and I like, for the most part,
I'm sure
I like the people that have.
I'm sure if it was the
it.
before or after times, we'd chat more to people.
Well, here's the thing: how you get to know neighbors is you have to be outside.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing that. When am I? No one's gonna see me watering my lawn and be like, "Hi, neighbor." That's Leave It to Beaver garbage. It's not real. Certainly not now. That's not gonna occur. It's just not. And also, there's not even going outside in this economy. So, like, the other thing is that because we have a working garage now, we're not even in the driveway ever.
Yeah, except on
to get mail.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Or like when Roland, Lindsay, and Dan are over in the driveway.
Well, that's different. No one's going to come in.
We live in one of those neighborhoods where everyone waves to everyone all the time.
That's not a neighborhood thing. That's a southeast thing.
I mean, it happened in Wisconsin. Like where my mom lived, but like where my dad lived didn't happen.
It's not very friendly then. In the southeast, you do that. You wave to everybody. And I'm sure there's other parts of the country that do that as well. I mean, like, so when we take our walks, when people are driving by, you know, you're trying to make sure you don't get hit by a car, you always wave. You go, hey. And they're driving and they wave. And if they don't wave back, you have a brief moment where you go, why didn't they wave back? And sometimes you can look at their plate and be like, oh, they're from here. That's why they didn't wave.
There was a plate from Alaska yesterday in our neighborhood.
I thought it was a New York plate. New York plate and Alaska plate look really similar. They use like similar colors. Because I saw them, I was like, oh, New York. And then they drove away and I was like, Alaska?
Yeah.
What you doing here? Did you get lost?
Almost as far as they could be.
Anyway, I gotta, we literally read no alerts.
Oh, we did too. Excuse me.
We did 2 songs.
Yes.
You've been done with your food for a long time. I was eating my food. You could have read some alerts, but instead you read silently to yourself, chat. Oh, New York has a new plate this year. Neat. I don't think it looks bad. Like, I didn't think the older one looked bad. I actually really like just the normal, plain,
really bold.
Legibility. Yeah. Legibility.
They changed ours and I was upset. I liked the old one.
Alright, if I don't start reading, we're in trouble. Between the scenes, actually, this is from yesterday. We had 5 gift subs from Uchi Plays to Starsight, RJ Fobsidian Zero, Yo Dragom, Leafy Dance, and Sareem J. Thank you, Uchi. And then 5 subs from Tired Psychopomp went to 2 Random Words, Mike Boyens 1992, Scuba Steve 90,000, Lovely How, and Kaito Masquerade. Another milk bomb, thank you. 11 months from Ramen 64. Jesse Greaves gives a sub to Sophia's Road. 10 months from Vaccinated Cujo. Good morning. Can't believe it's been 10 months already. Hope you guys have a great day and stay safe. Well, thank you. It's been a good day so far. Breakfast took a little long, but otherwise it was good. Jesse Greaves gives a sub to James Bennett 353. We got 4 months. I might need water. From Rabid Squirtle. Happy 9th anniversary to everyone's favorite internet grandparents, and here's to many more. Thank you, Squirtle. I'm looking forward to getting to 10 because that's a nice round number, and everyone loves those. 1 more year.
1 more.
18 months from Wombat, cause why not? Happy anniversary. You two are amazing. Can't help but watch your videos and think, you know what? Things are going to be okay. Life, while it can be hard, it is manageable. Bring a very human and heartwarming piece to the crap world that is the internet. I'm not going to argue with that last part. The internet is mostly a crap world, but you know, if you dig through the crap, you might find a gold nugget. You know, that worked better in my head. 2 months from Ace433. He says, happy anniversary. Your Breath of the Wild streams have made me crave more Zelda, so I watched your Twilight Princess LP as well. That's some quality content, y'all. I saw an interesting comment yesterday in one of the videos that was like, oh man, I miss your Zelda days. And my first thought was, I mean, yeah, Breath of the Wild is coming soon, but my other thought was like, we did do Link's Awakening. I don't know if people forgot that we did that live in September, and since then it has come out on Twitch or on YouTube.
Is Breath of the Wild the 4th one we've done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Twilight Princess, Ocarina of Time, yeah. Link's Awakening,
and Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild. I know people forget because Link's Awakening is pretty different from those other, you know, games. I think Twilight Princess and Ocarina obviously have a huge amount in common.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess is almost designed to be Ocarina of Time again, but better.
I really liked Link's Awakening.
I do too.
It was cute.
I really do too. And I think Link's Awakening is a really good LP. It introduced us all to the ideas of was it self-rubbings? I don't know if I can talk about that because it's family-friendly morning, but yeah, it was and 3 Good. God, 3 Good was born out of that. That's the most important thing. And also Butts. There was so many good things came out of that. So many good things. Oh, and yeah, I've technically done 4 Swords. I did it with, John, Tim, and Emil. But yeah, so this is my 5th Zelda game I've done on YouTube. Yeah. Anyway, we've done a good bit of Zelda content. It's probably gonna be a while before we get to doing like Spirit tracks, if ever. But there's a few out there. We got 1,200 bits from Murmur, who says, "Happy anniversary, grandparents. You guys are 2 of the kindest people on the internet and deserve the best. I hope your special day goes great." Thank you, Murmur. We've really appreciated it. Also, Chess says, plus the infamous Do from the Super NES Classic. I don't know when, but I do want to play through Link to the Past. Obviously, after Breath of the Wild, but I'm fairly certain I've never beaten it. I had this conversation, I think, with a Doodle on Discord, where a Doodle was like, in different videos over the years, you've claimed you have and have not beaten this game. So what is it? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I have such a problem remembering what I have and have not played, because my memory is just really atrocious. As a general rule, the best solution is to take whatever I said longest ago, because that would be closest.
And go with that.
Yeah, that's closest to whenever the thing happens, so that's usually your best bet. But even sometimes that can be wrong, if I just had a false memory. I've had a lot of false memories from reading player's guides, which is bad.
Yeah.
And just reading stuff online. In the end of 4 Swords, Emil calls you Link to the Past super fans, and you said, well, I beat it once. And, like, that's the thing. I was like, I'm pretty sure I've never beaten Link to the Past. But then I said that in that LP, and I'm like, well, maybe I did. I definitely didn't beat it on Super Nintendo. But I did buy it for GBA, so I think maybe I beat it on GBA. That's the type of game I would have... That's the type of game I would have bought and then taken with me a lot and played through. So... Luna Boy says maybe you were just trying to fit it. I'm cool too! I remember...
Twilight Princess on GameCube was my first Zelda game.
And that's not a bad one to start with. Mm-hmm. Although it's a little strange because you got like the whole like Dark Realm. Although that's not even that weird. That's in Link to the Past.
Yeah.
And that's kind of in Ocarina of Time because of the adulthood section. Has like darkness and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, have I beaten Link to the Past? Who knows? I don't know. But we could find out for sure if we played it. It's like Yoshi's Island. I was like, I kept saying I hadn't beaten Yoshi's Island.
And then we got there.
And then as we got through the game, I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure I beat this. I think I played, I think I first beat Yoshi's Island on PSP. You know, because it was released for PSP. 5 subs from Murmur. To A Lost Vagabond V2, Cody the Positron, Mathai Griffin, Tattoo14, and Rysic312. Murmur, thank you.
My second Zelda game was Phantom Hourglass.
And that's fine.
Because I got a DS to play Animal Crossing.
That's right, yeah.
To play Wild World with you and our other IRC people.
Did you play, you beat Wind Waker too?
I did that when we were in Colombia.
That's a Zelda game that you've beaten, I haven't. I never beat Wind Waker. I remember buying it when it came out and getting... I got to some point where you have to sail a lot, and I was like, I'm done.
I played it right after I had learned to sail on a sunfish.
Oh, yeah.
So it was very cool to me. It was like, oh, look at this. They actually, like, made it work.
Yeah, it wasn't Columbia you beat Wind Waker. It was in the apartment here.
I started it in Columbia.
Really?
Because I remember sitting on the couch.
Oh.
In that apartment.
Anyway, yeah, I definitely never beat Wind Waker. And also, I remember very, very little. I just remember the music. And I remember the first area, the fortress, being really hard. Because there's, like, a lot of stealth.
Yeah.
And I remember when that game came out, I'm not really interested in the stealth aspect. I just want to swing that sword. And I had a lot of troubles whenever the game first debuted as a result. Anyway, 22 months from Chrissy, who says, just finished listening to Disc Only Episode 2. Y'all are crazy and I love it. Thanks for all that you and Mal do. Well, thank you. And yeah, that's out, I think, on everything.
On everything now. Mm-hmm.
I'm really impressed at, how fast it came out. But also that's on Dan, too, because Dan puts the audio stuff together. So, yeah, if you want to listen to it on iTunes or whatever, go for it. Oh, and... you'll hear it in the episode, but if you get a chance, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to leave a rating and a review on iTunes. I'm really sincerely hoping we can get into the top 100 by episode 3. I would laugh my butt off. I can't. I'm hoping that this very stupid project.
I was amused that John and you both were calling your wives out about things. And Reese and I were both in chat like,
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, there's a lot of parallels.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parallels. Anyway, we get 100 bits from Ian Thay. Thank you, Ian Thay. 500 bits from Mr. Game Boy 18. So on the Disc Only Podcast episode 2, you mentioned that Mao used to not lock doors, and you did. If you were to have moved to Mao's hometown now, would either of you change and not lock doors? I'm going to lock doors forever. It doesn't matter where I live. Doors are to be locked. My thing is, it takes no time. People also didn't lock their cars.
Yeah.
And that's absurd to me. It's literally like, if you have a key fob, it's a button.
I had manual locks.
Then on your way out, hit the button and close the door. That's... I don't know, man. Obviously, it has everything to do with where you were born, where you grew up, and the experiences that surrounded you. But I can't imagine just not lock. Like, why? It takes no effort. Just lock it, and that's it. That's done.
My mom didn't want to use the air conditioning, so we'd leave the house open at night so it could cool down.
Well,
the door wasn't hanging open, there was a screen door.
Yeah.
But, I had friends, one of my best friends, her family collected DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes I'd be like, hey, can I go borrow a DVD? And she'd be like, yeah, door's unlocked. Door was always unlocked. There was times I went over to hang out because we'd just show up at each other's houses. And I'd just go inside assuming they'd be there, and sometimes they weren't. But, her mom was a second mom to me. So. And they had kittens a lot.
No. Doors to remain locked. Anyway, my experiences are different than other people's experiences. I think people were surprised on the podcast to hear some of the stories that I had. It's fine. 30 bits from Prince, who says, Pikmin 3, Pikmin 3, Pikmin 3, Pikmin 3, the deluxe package is giving us everything it was missing and more. Ah! There are a lot of cool things happening with it. But it is deluxe. It's supposed to include some cool features, and it does. 500 bits from Sparks15. Happy anniversary, grandparents. Hope you both have a fantastic day. I was up late with the AC Touch Party last night, but made sure to set an alarm so I could be here to send my love for your anniversary. Keep being awesome. Was it, my days are skewed. Was it last night? Was that the Film Fest party?
Yeah, I think it was.
And it was Sparks Island, right? That's the one that was wild.
Yeah,
because I was tagged. I think Armored Frog. Yeah, okay. Armored Frog had sent me a tweet and tagged Sparks in it. Sparks Island. It's really cool.
So
if a mod wants to link to Armored Frog's little video clip, that right there. It's worth checking out. It's just big red carpet. I was super impressed. I was super impressed. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna explain that there's a group of people in our Discord who are trying to catalog everything. Mm-hmm. So they have like a big spreadsheet of all of the Animal Crossing items, and it'll be like all of the
different like
Imperial set of furniture and all the color variations, and they call it a touch party because you pick up the item and drop it so it gets in your catalog. Mm-hmm. So they've kind of organized it and streamlined exactly how it works.
One of the things that makes me really excited about just the variety of objects in Animal Crossing, and something that like I'm always kind of thinking about, I'm not doing anything about it right now, but it's always like in the back of my head, is the fact that combined with Harv's Island, where you can set up sets and everything to your whims. And now
people have been like recreating music videos and stuff on Harv's Island.
That's what I'm talking about. Like there is so much potential for machinima, if we're still using that word, especially now that they've just given you the ability to get rid of the HUD completely, so you can record like video clips and not worry about any HUD elements. Like, I think about that a lot. I think about that a whole lot.
I saw a video that someone was doing on Harv's Island, but they were recreating parts of Hamilton. So, like, they have animals standing in for some characters, and then they have characters dressed up in, like, as close as they can get to the outfits and stuff.
God, it's just... There's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of potential there. Mm-hmm. At some point, I would love the opportunity to just play around in that world, because man, you could remake anything. You could make your own stuff. Mm-hmm. People that don't have access to equipment or people to produce their own short films could literally make extremely interesting stuff inside of Animal Crossing. So, and if any of you do that, if you make something, I want you to tweet it at me. If you yourself make it, tweet it at me. I want to see it. Let's see. We got 300 bits from Maximin, who says, Pikmin 3 LP hype. I am very excited to see you two finally jump into Pikmin 3. The Pikmin LPs are some of my favorites from you guys. I can't wait to see more unnecessary Pikmin massacres soon. On a side note, happy anniversary. Here's to another happy 9 years with you two by each other's side. I hope today treats you guys well, even if you can't celebrate the old-fashioned way. I'm excited about Pikmin. There's gonna be Pikmin deaths.
Yeah.
But with all of the different features and things that are being added, it's gonna make it the definitive version to play. I'm really glad we waited. The Pikmin fail emote is going to get plenty of use. And the anniversary is not, like, the fact that we can't go out and do anything is not a huge deal. I'm so well adjusted now to the fact that, like, life is inside this year that it's okay. So.
And I mean, some years we do cook at home and make a fancy meal, so it's not...
Yeah, there's been plenty of years that we did that.
Instead of going out.
It's not that different.
Yeah, we had a bad experience a few years ago going out on our anniversary here, and I think we kind of both decided that going out to eat in our town in the summer when tourists are here is not.
Yeah. The other thing is that today will be a little different because I'm not taking the day off.
Yeah.
I love you.
That's fine.
I love you so
much. I
much.
gotta repaint a sky because I did it once and I didn't like it.
I love you, but Fallout is coming out Sunday.
And then we get to take a couple days.
Fallout is coming out Sunday like hell or high water, and I'm doing really good on it right now. I'm making good progress, and I'm happy with how it's shaping up. But like, I'm finishing it. I'm finishing it, and we will on Sunday when it comes out. We will relax and do something in the house, like I don't know, clean the closet.
Yeah.
Chores. 6 months from Shinoth, who says 6 months of crunch. I actually tried making toast in the air fryer the other night. It turned out all right. After the first few tries, it is. Also, there's a heat wave starting over here in Europe, so that's fun. Have a nice breakfast, everyone. Stay cool, at least the best you can. I know that there's certain countries that don't have AC. So if you're one of those countries,
a lot of Europe,
get one of them fans.
The northern part of Europe.
Get one of them fans. I mean, there's parts of the U.S. that doesn't have AC also.
Yeah.
But you know,
there's people I knew in Wisconsin who didn't, and there's people like my mom who refused to use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And again, we've talked about it before, but here, you'll die. You'll actually be dead.
I think about like, when did air conditioners probably start to become common here? I'm not sure because the other day
Someone look it up.
My grandma asked if we had central air. And I was like, yeah. I was like, you kind of need it down here.
Yeah. Yeah, Sorry. This is like the Josh Jepsen music. I heard it and I was like, Josh Jepsen? Josh started putting out some videos for the first time in a while. They're really great. I highly recommend taking an opportunity to watch some of his stuff. But like this is
the YouTube Premiere music.
Oh, it's the YouTube Premiere music too. Neat. I didn't associate it with that. I associated it with Josh. Anyway, what was I doing? 300 bits from Summer Sencha. I know everyone's excited about Pikmin, but did y'all see the trailer for Imposter Factory, aka To the Moon 3?
I didn't watch the trailer, but I heard about it yesterday.
Also, happy anniversary. Yeah, Mal mentioned it to me passively, but it was while I was doing something, and then I never watched it.
I was waiting to watch it with you.
Okay. Yeah, we'll watch it at some point. Yeah, that's exciting. We've covered the games, and Ken Gao has reached out to us personally and said thank you for... The way he phrased it, he said, thank you for the respectful Let's Plays that we've done. That was one of the things he said. And he also sent us a gift. He sent us the little piano box. The thing.
The music box?
Music box.
And then when him and his wife got married, they were busy with something, maybe the second game. And he had asked if anyone had any To the Moon art they could send for the wedding.
And you sent a print.
Yeah, I sent a print.
And it's in some of their wedding photos.
Yeah, it was on the mantle.
Yeah. So, that's nice. Never met the guy, but he seems... He seems very humble. You know what I mean? Like, just a really nice dude. So, at some point, I'm sure we'll be covering To the Moon 3. I can't imagine doing all of the games thus far and...
Not that one.
And not doing this one. We got 12 months from Jaboka. That's a year. I can't believe it's been 1 year. Thank you for all the laughs and making mornings better. Had a great time at Disco Only 2. Good. It's a fun experience live. We're trying very hard to keep it audio only, with occasionally John being like, y'all gotta see this photo. I mean, that's not exactly John's voice. I tell you what now, y'all gotta see this. I'm up here in Canlanada. Surrounded by 10,000 video games.
Where did he say he was from? He just said it in the podcast, this last episode. Newfoundland?
Yeah.
The most Newfoundland accent ever. Y'all gotta see this.
Hey y'all, my name is Proton John. Come on over to my stream, I'll play you a game. Y'all send that to him. 300 bits from Sam Stargazer. Happy anniversary, you two. It also happens to be my birthday, so I'm eating cake for breakfast.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Question, have you guys had any Breath of the Wild dreams yet? When I played, I had them all the time, but then again, I was playing the game every day for about a month straight. So again, happy birthday. I have not.
I have not, but I'm sure it might happen because I just had a dream about floor is lava.
Did you?
I did. There was some sort of element in the dream.
I very rarely dream. I very rarely remember dreams. Like, it'll be like for a split second, I'm like, oh, dream. And then like 5 minutes, I'm like, what was it? You have to write them down. And I did it for a while, but I've gotten out of practice. But if I have any, I'll certainly share them. Sometimes I have dreams too, and I'm like, oh, I gotta remember to tell people about this. And I forget. Oh, there was something I saw last night, and I wanted to share it. And if I don't share it right now, I forget. I'm only remembering because I remembered, because I'm talking about things I want to tell chat that I forget. Last night before bed, Apple has been going really hardcore strong on pushing the fact that the cameras in their phones are good. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But the thing that they did that was really interesting is they hired the director, same director from La La Land, to produce a short film that was shot on iPhone. But the interesting thing is that it's shot in a vertical aspect. And it's really cool. It's really worth your time. I think the short film's 9 minutes long. And there's a behind the scenes that's like 5 minutes. So like all in all, it's like less than 15 minutes to your time. And it's a really cool idea because you're familiar with vertical video because your aunt has shown vertical video on Facebook and you know what vertical video is, but you've never seen vertical video through the eyes of a professional who is thinking about like framing. And it's really cool. It's just really, really cool. There's a lot of interesting things you can do professionally from framing vertically. So,
come here.
I recommend it.
Kepi was so sweet.
Kepi interrupted my story.
Yesterday morning.
Yeah.
We had a storm come through yesterday morning, and it was... Kepler doesn't like the thunder, because he was fine during the hurricane, but there's not really lightning and thunder during a hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a storm yesterday morning. Hi, buddy. And he gets under the covers when it gets real bad. And so he was under the covers, curled up by my feet, just scared. And then when the storm was over, he...
Really?
No, I want him.
He can come over here. Let the boy decide. Mallory. Mallory.
Hi.
You saw what he was doing.
He's always in your lap.
Come over here. I've got scritches.
Hi, darling.
Oh, Renee's got that link. Click that link and bookmark it. It's serious. Like, not everyone's gonna find it as interesting as I did, but like, you never get a chance to see a professional film crew shoot something in vertical format. Like, that doesn't happen, and it's just really cool to see decisions that they make. Not from the fact that it's shot on an iPhone, that's irrelevant. The fact that it's composed for a vertical frame. I think it's great. I think it's really great. So.
Hi, bud.
You happy that he's in your lap?
I am.
Good. I'm glad.
Coffee!
Oh yeah, and also we never talked about the new emote. But yeah, there's a new emote. Because Mal sighs when I tell certain stories. Now that has been beautifully illustrated by Wembler into a picture you can post. It's funny because I saw a few people asking if it was you or me, and I was like, man, my hair has gotten too long if that's the question. The thing is, that emote has longevity because at some point in the future, I will get my hair cut, and then I'll go back to looking like I normally look. But Mallory does have longer hair. It's a great emote. Wembler always does an absolutely fantastic job. We get 21 months from Arion661. 21-month resub from Arion. Oh, man, my Twitch baby can drink now.
Coffee.
Give that baby some milk. What do you mix with... What alcohol do you mix with milk? That's a Wisconsin thing.
None.
It has to be.
No.
You guys... No, that I refuse to believe that's not a thing. There is... No, that's a...
Kahlua? I don't know.
A White Russian? Does that have milk?
I have no idea. Eggnog, okay.
I don't know anything about this. I'm just saying, I refuse to believe that there's another drink that is alcohol mixed with milk. And I refuse to believe that Wisconsin ain't all about that. Dipping their brats in it. Anyway, Moist Crunchy Potato gives us up to 9 years. Thank you, Moist. 500 bits from Ian Thay. Let's try this again. Kiddo's favorite pretend game is being a kitty Pikmin. So, is the flower on the ears or tail of a kitty Pikmin? Unexpected alert. 16 out of 17 people think the tail. I think it would be cuter on the tail. Yeah. I think on the ears it might be a little scary.
Yeah.
If you play with the like silhouette of a cat too much, it starts to not look too much like a cat. So I would say it goes on the tail. I'm glad that this was a real conversation that we had to think about. Like, I don't know. That question, Anthony's question, reminds me of when people are like, would a shark wear pants like this or like this? Is it a shark or a horse? Yeah, like, would the pants go on the backside of the horse or the bottom of the... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Kepi's face encapsulates Kansas's dust in the wind. What a stinker. Moist Crunchy Potato also gives us up to happy anniversary. I appreciate it. 18 months from Spinach Wrap. It says, Twitch baby's 9 months old. An actual human son is 7 months old today. Eli now has 2 teeth, and his 7-month birthday wish is to chew everything. Eli, you keep chewing. You keep chewing. Because they, what's the word? Teething. That's it. I was like, what's that word? Oh my god. Teething is just a different way to pronounce teeth.
Teething is an act.
I know,
like
but
it's
thing. but that's the thing. You're trying to do that to get your teeth to come out, and it's literally teeth. That's the word.
Kitty cat.
Oh my god.
Kitty cat. You can't shove your head against my face.
Man, I've never considered that at all. Also, whoever came up with that word's very lazy. Because they're like, the kid's trying to get his teeth to come out. What do we call that? And they're like, teeth. They're like, teeth? No, that's wasted. No, just pronounce the same word differently. Okay. Teeth. Reminds me of the very beginning of the John Oliver segment when they were talking about the mummy.
You made me laugh, and now Kepi wants to leave.
He wants in my lap. It was all a plan.
It was a trick.
It was a trick. Come over here. It's gonna be stuck in my head all day. I gotta move on. We're very, very behind on alerts still. We're getting there. We're getting there. 255 bits from Coffee Cats. Coffee Cats, thank you. Mike says, I want to say the joke, but it's not family friendly. Yeah, if you've seen it, then just internalize the joke. If you haven't seen it, you can go watch it. 10 months from Mr. Dr. Max. 10 months for me and 9 years for you. You too, so happy anniversary. In other news, it's crazy to think I'll be back on campus a week from now. Don't worry too much. Either my university has loads of safety precautions, and I trust them. I mean, that's good. Being able to trust whatever the thing is that you're doing is like probably the most important part, is having faith in your institution. We got 300 bits from Shy, who says, breakfast stream is the prescription I need to cure the stress of the day I had yesterday. I got into a car accident on the road with a guy who slammed on his brakes out of nowhere, and then they drove off before I could exchange insurance info. The car should be fine, but the bumper took a hit. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, not only for the car accident, but then also the stress of someone driving off. I mean, also, that's like the clearest admission of guilt.
Leaving the scene of a crime?
Yeah, like no one's going to sit around and wonder whose fault that was. It's like, well, that guy ran. It's like, I wonder what happened. That sucks, and people suck, and I'm sorry. But, at least the car's okay. Because, you know, that can certainly be a lot worse. Also, I highly recommend to everyone, and I say this without actively having one right this second because ours broke, a dash cam. A dash cam. They can, I think at this point, there's some that can be had for maybe even like less than $100. And, I mean, certainly they could help out in situations like this, but even like other situations where it is a little more, like people are wondering like, oh, exactly what happened. If you have that, you can show the police or whatever.
Yeah.
So, Renee says, I want no evidence of my jam sessions while driving. Omniblade says, what does a dash cam do? It is a camera that films out the front of your car, and if you get really, really fancy ones, you can put them in the back, so they shoot like out the back of your car too. And you put a memory card in it, and it's constantly recording everything that's going on in the car, and it continues to overwrite itself. And it does that for like, I don't know, however big your memory card is.
Yeah.
Ours was really big.
If it detects impact or something like that, it will record, it'll keep that separate so it doesn't overwrite it.
Yep.
And there's a button you can hit on it to force that too.
So if something happens, if something happens to you or your car or anything, then you have that footage, which could potentially be invaluable for insurance or a court case or anything like that. Also beneficial if just crazy stuff happens while you're driving. If you're driving and there's like a bear that comes out of the woods and
plays a violin
while flying around,
yeah,
then you got it, and you're like, now no one will not believe me.
No one will not.
No one will not. I'll double negative this. 300 bits from Shishu-sama. Good morning and happy anniversary. Today's grocery shopping day because we're out of things, including milk, so my breakfast is pretty simple today. But at least I'm getting around to my donut shop blend coffee. And Final Fantasy XIV is getting better every day. I've seen a lot of people talking about Final Fantasy XIV lately. Is there a new expansion? Is that what it was? People may have told me this, and I forgot. But I've seen people talking about it more lately, so
There's a huge update next week.
Ah, okay. Okay. It was like when there'd be something new for like World of Warcraft, like people are like playing it again. Like they'll put it down for a bit, but then they'll come back to it with patches. I think that goes for most any games that have big updates like that. Even people that have put Animal Crossing down are probably going to come back to it when
fireworks.
Yeah, they're going to be like, okay, I want to meet this otter. Although there's more to do, presumably in Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Fantasy. Final Fantasy.
I was gonna also say, if you do get a dash cam,
yeah,
it may be worth it to talk to your insurance because you can sometimes get discounts.
Oh,
if you have a dash cam.
Yes, actually, sometimes they require certain things, like certain brands or certain whatever. But yeah, worth talking to your insurance because they may actually take money off of your bill every month, which means that the dash cam could potentially pay for itself. So, I really recommend it. I really sincerely recommend taking the time to look into it if you haven't. Because then, not only do you get to capture cool bear violin footage, but then also your bill might go down too. Let's see, we got 500 bits from AJU Mitch, who says, I wasn't sure if this time I wasn't sure if this time last year I mentioned how this was also my partner and I's first dating anniversary today, and today we'll be celebrating our pandemic anniversary through video call. Wishing you a happy Ann. There's a reference to disco and like happy birth. Well, congrats to you as well. And I can certainly relate to celebrating through video calls.
Yeah.
We've done many of those. So AJ Umich, I wish you a hap Ann. And chat wishes you a hap Ann too. We get 500 bits from GamerGirl2108. Morning, Stephen and Mel. Happy anniversary. Can I get some positive vibes from you guys in chat? My parents are officially divorced and I'm depressed about it. Aw, I'm sorry.
It is a rough time.
Yeah, that's something that I cannot relate to, but Mal can. Do you have any, like, words of wisdom? I know you went through it when you were pretty young.
I was in first grade.
Yeah.
So I was very young. But it took a bit because I was young and I didn't quite understand what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
But looking back at it, like, I think my parents are better for being apart now. Like...
Yeah. And I think that's probably something that just takes time to take in.
Yeah.
You know, it... Unfortunately, for a variety of different reasons, I mean, people may choose to no longer be together.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, you do want everyone to be happy. You don't want people to be miserable if they're together. So it's one of those things like... being depressed about it is completely normal. But over time, as it becomes the new normal, you may be able to look at it and feel... Happy is a weird word, but it's not false either. Like, you may be able to feel better for them as a result.
Yeah.
You know? Because whenever your parents separated, that was like...
Yeah.
You felt bad about it, but over time, you realized... I mean, for you in your particular case, that they, like you said, they were both better off for it.
Yeah. And I mean... Especially around, like, the time around the actual divorce is hard because of... I mean, it depends on certain families, but, like, there can be... fighting and arguing and stuff, but and I remember being young and everyone being like, it's not your fault. Yeah. And like at the time I was like, I know, but like I see why that's important to tell people. Yeah. No, it is. It is. And there's like an entire like in schools there's an entire thing about that, like they put, I know, like elementary kids into special like classes and stuff where I got pulled out for guidance counselor. That's stuff. The words I was looking for, guidance counselor. But it was like a group. There was like 5 of us. And then we'd go to the computer lab because it was empty and we'd talk about things. But it was like near the end of a school year for me, and then when the next school year started, I didn't get put back in that, so. Yeah. Anyway, again, positive vibes to you. Yeah. And I know Chad is sending them as well. And a lot of people can relate too, because a lot of people have divorced parents or have divorced people in their lives. So hopefully they've shared some thoughts and stories of their own. We got 21 months from Very Matcha, who says getting closer to that too. That's right. We're did I say it was August that we're gonna start? Yeah, August is when we'll start hitting 24 on some folks. This is the month. We're gonna start seeing some 2s. 11 months from Paint Chipper. 11 months? With me losing track of time once in a while, I don't even remember my sub anniversaries anymore. Also, happy anniversary. Hope you guys have a great day today. Good so far. And you know why else it's good? Because tomorrow's Breath of the Wild. Love that game. 100 bits from Icy Patterns. 301 bits from Squid with the Pikmin fail star rain. 200 bits from Icy Patterns. Appreciate it. 5 months from Ice and Fire 2114. 33 bits, we had Peggy from Prince, who says, Pikmin hype is my entire world right now. You have no idea. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for new content since I bought the Switch. I literally bought the Switch for my hopes of Pikmin 4. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Pikmin 4. But the fact that they're doing anything with the series is good. Yes. Like the fact that we are getting Pikmin 3 re-released is good.
I still wonder if maybe there's a chance that we'd get like a Pikmin 1+2 at some point, but obviously not going to be anytime soon. You know, if Pikmin 3 is in October, it's going to be quite a while before they would do that, if they choose to do that at all. But yeah, someday the series will continue. It's been a weird one. I just had a conversation with Emil about this. He was saying that Pikmin is their weirdest first-party series. He was talking about the history of the Pikmin series and how, like, it goes for huge stretches of time without getting, like, any sort of updates, and, like, they are super secretive about it. So... Oh, Haley!
I was wondering if you saw that. I was going to say something.
Haley's here. Says, I am alive but full of holes and down a rib. Haley, how are you? Because this is your... You went home yesterday.
I hope you slept.
That's the big thing. And ate.
Yeah.
And ate and kept down food. They took my dig dang rib. We were talking about this on Tuesday. If anyone wasn't aware, Haley had a very, very major surgery on Tuesday for something called thoracic outlet syndrome. And they had to remove part of her rib. And she's already home, which is amazing.
She says shockingly well, considering I'm only taking Tylenol.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is incredible. I'm sure it's been really, like, obviously just being home is good. Like, that's really a wonderful thing. But then also being close to your pup. Like, having Leica there. That would be really nice. They took my rib and my anterior scalene muscle.
That's up here for people who don't know.
And the rib they took was also from up there. So yeah, they had to take some stuff out of Haley. Stuff that most people gets to keep. Like, I'm down an appendix, but so are a lot of people. Most people don't get muscles and ribs removed. But that's something that Haley no longer has. And I remember Haley was very upset because she wanted to keep the rib,
baby kitty.
And the doctors would not let her keep the rib, which is really a shame. I can't believe they wouldn't do that.
I think normally they do, but pandemic stuff they were.
That's a shame.
Some rules have changed.
She says Alex is taking very good care of me. Leica is stealing my blankets, but but it's adorable. It's just, you know. It's gonna just be a long recovery process. I think she said like 6 to 8 weeks of just kind of chilling. So if you're doing good now, like if you're doing pretty good here at the beginning of this, then I think that bodes well, because generally immediately after surgery is when you're feeling the worst. So if you're doing pretty good now, then that's great. That's great. And even though you have a long, like, recovery ahead of you, at least you're feeling okay at the beginning here. I'm impressed that it's just Tylenol that's carrying you. When the footprints in the sand ended, it was then that Tylenol carried me. Alright, I gotta get back to alerts. Oh, she says, I've heard it gets worse, but I'm pretending it's going to stay like this. Yeah, let's pretend.
Yeah.
Let's pretend. It's fine. It's fine. We got 3 months from Nilithander, who says, happy anniversary, grandparents. I love all the content, especially looking forward to Breath of the Wild on Friday. Have a great day. Thank you. We got 510 bits from Tired Psychopomp. She says, happy anniversary. Just wanted to say the chat good vibes worked their magic on Tuesday. My husband got a verbal offer at the end of his interview.
Awesome.
It's a huge relief for us both and a testament to the vibes. Listen, I can't make any assertive claims of the vibes, but like there's a lot of good that's come from the good vibes. There's a lot of good that's come from the good vibes. I really love it whenever, when folks ask for vibes and chat is so excited to help and to say, yeah, you got this. But then it's so nice whenever people return and they're like, that happened. The good things happened. And obviously, the good things aren't always going to happen. there's a lot of good things. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. And it's got to be a huge, you know, mental relief, too, to get that interview. Renee says, I picture sunbeams coming out of our tummies like Care Bears. Also, 5 milk bombs from Tired Psycho Pump to Badass Bagpipe, Air Looney, Kelly 8, Yoshina Sun 9, and Tommy Tours. Tired Psycho Pump, thank you. Appreciate it. 8 months from SG Shields Gaming. 14 months from JB Tours. Morning, grandparents. It's been a while since I've been able to tune in live. Hope all is well. All is good. All is good.
We got some thunder coming in, and Kepi was like...
Kepi left.
Bye.
Poor guy. Hearing a bit from Wizard grad student. Hi, guys. Can I get some good vibes from chat? I've got orientation for grad school in a bit, and I'm nervous. Everyone extend thy tummies. Shoot the vibe beams from thy stomach. I don't know why I'm saying thy. It's like old English. Shoot thy good beams. There's a little... Shoot thy good beams. I don't know why it came out like that either.
Wizard grad student gets to be an official grad student.
That's the most exciting part of all of this. That is the most exciting part. Congrats, also, by the way. And you got this. Sachi says, did you know thy is actually pronounced thee? What? What? This is information that I refuse to accept. I could have 10 literary scholars in the room right now and showing me, like, in books, and I would still go, nope. Sorry, some information I deny. And this is it. I gotta draw the line somewhere. 500 bits from the Bella Bunny, who says, happiest of anniversaries to the best darn grandparents this side of the interwebs. Thank you, Bella. We appreciate it. 300 bits from Gold Mage. Really, really glad that I asked you to sing a duet about sea lions at one time because it led to you guys really enjoying it and creating this wonderful thing. Also, I believe I made a mistake in the last sea lion fact. It's the South American male sea lion that grows a very visible mane, not the New Zealand one. Oh. Those are pretty far away. New Zealand and South America? Are sea lions just everywhere? They, like, get around, man. I'm just saying, if there are sea lions in New Zealand and South America, that's...
And San Francisco.
My favorite country.
And I bet there's some...
San Francisco. The country, or the continent, I guess, South America. The country of San Francisco. There are not enough sea lions. There's just a lot of them.
There were sea lions in, where were we in Mexico? Ensenada.
Ensenada.
There was a lot of them.
Yeah, they get a little mad, too.
I spent a lot of time just watching them while we were in port.
They're cute. They're very cute. We got 9 months at Tier 2, Gold Toast, from Superior LP. 9 months of crunch. So what is this thing that came out of my screen? It keeps crying, and I feel like I need to name it. That just happens. It just happens. It pop out of your screen at 9 months. It's alright. It'll cry for a little bit. Just keep feeding it. And you'll be alright. It gets bigger. 300 bits from Brandon. Which is happy wedding day. Thanks for modeling a healthy relationship for people. Of course, I'm referring to the united front you have on how eggs are cooked. Can't get married if you don't agree on eggs.
I know Brandon went to work already.
Well, for future Brandon, it's true. Agreeing on things in a marriage is important. Agreeing on eggs is the most important thing. To be honest, when we got married, I didn't make eggs like this.
No.
And you didn't eat eggs like this.
No.
But I made them, and you ate them, and you were like, these are good. And I was like, mm-hmm. And then we were set. And our marriage was successful.
So many firm egg opinions.
Hashtag no eggs. That's also fair. I know that we got some folks with allergies. Someone who can't eat eggs, Lindsay. That's actually that's the person I was talking about on the podcast. Not to call her out, but she had been eating eggs a lot, and she developed an allergy from eating them so often. So, sorry, hold up. Armored Frog, never had eggs before in my life. Incredible! That's wild! Like, I'm assuming based on that statement that you're not allergic, and that's how you haven't had them. But that's particularly interesting because, like, they're such a staple food. Now, you've probably had egg in something. I think it'd be hard to have no eggs because, like, they're in stuff.
Cake and cookies.
Yeah, but, like, to have, like, just a actual egg in a bowl. Please put egg in bowl. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's super possible because, like, if you think about eggs, egg by itself or cooked by itself, no, yeah. Like, so for a lot of people, I think their first experiences eating eggs are probably, like, growing up and having their parents, like, make scrambled eggs. But if your parents, like, make something different, and you're not eating at breakfast places a lot, it's not that big of a stretch to imagine that you would have skipped out on eggs. Max says, I didn't really eat eggs on its own for 20 years of my life because I assumed I didn't like them. Then I made an omelet or a sunny side one time and realized it was fine. That's just really interesting. Armored Frog says, I'm a very super picky eater. Completely reasonable. Yeah, it's interesting to think about, but yeah, so for me, like, I grew up eating eggs because, my parents made them, but then also there are so many breakfast places around here. We have excess breakfast places because of golf. And that might seem weird that those are tied together, but we have a lot of restaurants in the area which are pancake houses. And they open up at...
Before people start tea time or after?
Yeah,
because they open at, like, 5.
I was going to say they open at, like, 11 p.m. There's places that open at, like, 11 p.m., and then they're open until, like,
1 p.m.
Yeah, like 1 or 2 p.m. And they literally exist solely for golfers. So golfers can get up and have their breakfast before they do their tea time, whenever their tea time is. Kayla says, do you get stabbed in those places? Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, we have so many breakfast places. Wombat Cuz Why Not says, man, that is so true of Myrtle Beach and Pawleys Island. Yep. And I tend to include Pawleys Island in Myrtle Beach.
When Steven says Myrtle Beach, he means all of the Grand Strand.
Yeah,
which is
and that's a better term, is Grand Strand. All of the Grand Strand,
basically
all of the
coastal
beaches.
part of our county.
Yeah. If there's a place that you can play golf, I guarantee you they have a ton of golfing places. Diddy Eggs asks if we've been to Hilton Head.
I haven't.
I have. I haven't been in a while, but I've been there a few times. I don't know why this comes back to me. I had a yearbook.
Field trip or something?
Yeah, but it was yearbook, and it was just me and one of my classmates, and then 2 teachers. So the 4 of us went and did a workshop.
Yeah.
And they were teaching us about stuff, and it ended up not being terribly helpful. Bless them. It was a situation where, like, I knew Photoshop, and if you knew Photoshop, like, you were set. They were teaching you about how to use their software, and then there was, like, one classroom thing that was for, like, getting some basic Photoshop stuff to help with it. And, like, I already knew everything, and I was like, okay. But it was fun. It was fun. Trevor says, why do they open at 11 p.m. though? Are there 1 a.m. tea times? So the other people that go to these pancake houses are people who are up super late, I guess, who have had a long night at bars or whatever. Nightclubs, and are trying to sober up. And that's basically their clientele. People sobering up and people going golfing. It's true. Pancake houses are great, like Roland. So Roland obviously manages Player's Choice, and he also does. He runs Magic there, Magic the Gathering. and said that that's what a lot of people do, is magic gets out late, well after 11 p.m., and after it's over, whoever's around and like, oh, y'all want to go eat, and they'll go to a pancake house. So.
When we were playing, we would go and get half-price apps at Applebee's.
Yeah, that's another good option. 100 bits from Astral Ember. Thank you, Amber. 22 months from Cassie. We got caught in a thunderstorm during a walk last week. We were soaked within 2 minutes. Oops. And hopefully no, thunder. Well,
yeah.
Lightning. I guess lightning is more appropriate. That can be dangerous, but probably not too dangerous, depending on where you're walking. Walking in the rain's not bad. It's just thunderstorms you gotta be a little careful of.
Yeah.
300 bits from Danny X6, who says, actually, Cassie says the lightning struck a house a town over.
Ooh.
Well, be careful with storms. 300 bits from Danny X6, who says, if I may request some vibes, yeah, I said it. The production of The Music Man that I'm in opens tomorrow. I gotta say that rehearsing with a mask, practically bathing in hand sanitizer constantly, and trying to sit 6 feet apart from your castmates whenever possible has been an experience.
I know stage productions, it's normally like tight quarters, like...
So, first off, good vibes.
Yeah.
And I hope everything goes well. But also, like, it's interesting to hear from folks, because obviously the pandemic has flipped every part of life on its head. And it's interesting to hear these little tiny anecdotes from people doing certain things that you may not always think about, and hearing how it's turned their specific lives upside down. And that would be difficult.
Yeah.
That would just be difficult. But I hope it goes well. And I hope the premiere is good. I'm sure everyone will love it. They will love it as they sit 6 feet apart from each other with masks on. Weird times to be alive. 300 bits from Noah, who says, science fact, the reason you wear a ring on your 4th digit on your left hand is because it has a vein that leads directly to the heart. Happy anniversary, you two. Is that real, though? Because that kind of sounds like something I'd read on Facebook and be like, But also...
It's Noah.
It's Noah, so I'm like, Noah's got to be careful with this power. Because now that I've accepted Noah as our science guy, like, Noah could literally say anything, and I'd be like, that's really interesting. I learned it in anatomy, so I'm just going to assume it's true. I'm willing to go with this. Just be careful not to abuse this immediate trust I have. I don't know. Noah said it, and it's sciencey, so that sounds right. I can offer no advice too. Remember, if you do the science experiments in a pool, it's safer. 666 Bics. 666 Bic pens. From Mazel with an E, who says, so after the F word, are we just to expect Sims return or something else for an in-between? Sims has been removed from the equation. Not canceled, but just removed back into a stasis. So it's in the cryo chamber for now. Honestly, the schedule next week is just nuts. Fallout is on
Sunday.
Fallout's on Sunday. The finale of Smash Ultimate is the next day with Min Min. Then Tuesday starts Super Mario RPG, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Friday is First 20, and then Saturday is Breath of the Wild. It is a wild week next week. And I've been working with Dan to get everything ready, because Dan does the really cool intro cards. Poor Pikmin is drowning. He's drowning. And I that's something that we've been doing for a long time that I think adds a lot of just extra production value. Is whenever the LP episode starts, even if it was done on Twitch, it doesn't matter. It adds like this extra little bit of production detail to the YouTube version. And Dan makes all of those. And the one that he made for Yoshi's Island, and then also the one he made for Mario RPG, like, he animated himself. Like, he grabbed the sprites and the game world and stuff and, like, put it together in After Effects. And it's good. It's good. But anyway, about The Sims, it's not canceled, it's just something that it's on the back burner for this particular moment. Until I get things a little bit more...
Yeah.
A little bit more ready. 300 bits from White15 Wolf, who says, I never realized that there were areas where there is so little crime that people don't lock their doors. I live in an area where we have to lock our door when we are home in the middle of the day. Yeah. Different places. Mm-hmm. Different places, different experiences. You never know. We woke up one night, when I lived at my parents' house, we woke up one night to the alarm going off, and we went to the side door, and it was very clear that someone had taken a crowbar to it. Someone had, and the door was hanging open, which was the other obvious thing. So someone had managed to get the door open, which is what set the alarm off, and for years and years and years and years after that, the door didn't shut right. We finally replaced the door. Like, how long ago? Not even that long ago. Like, only like 2 or 3 years ago, I think, we finally replaced that door. And that door was messed up for a long, long, long time, and it had the little thing. Item Crafting says, did they take anything? No. We were home at the time. We were asleep, because it was at night. And the alarm went off, and when the alarm went off, they ran. But they had crowbarred the door open, and, you know, that sort of thing sucks. Coffee. For obvious reasons, but, like, the thing that sucks about it the most is that you lose your sense of security, you know? You're thankful that you had a security system that beeped at them so they ran away, but, like, you know, the brazenness to break into someone's home while they're there, and it's obvious that they're there. Like Satsy says, you don't feel safe anymore, so you lose that feeling. And I know that was something that... In violation is a really good word for that, too. But, you know, we lived in the same place. And my parents still live there. So that's a thing that happened. Got these stories. Then there was that one time where the guy was actively trying to break into the house, and we were all, like, it was at night, and we were in the living room, and, like, we had to call the cops because there's a guy, like, beating on all the doors. But he was drunk. So we weren't, like, we were still, like, a little fear, because he was, like, trying to beat down the door. But, you know, it was kind of like, this guy's clearly intoxicated. Now, if he gets in here, will he kill us? He might. Anyway, I got a lot of stories like this. Can't wait till we get further into disc only. 500 bits from Marty Griff 1980. Will you premiere the episode of Fallout? And you should vlog the moment you finish the edit. Yes, the Fallout finale will be a premiere because I've just enjoyed that feature so much. So we're going to be doing that. And vlogging the moment you finish the edit, yeah, I'm definitely going to be... There's going to be vlog footage of everything surrounding that. I'm gonna, well, there's a little bit to it because I have to finish the edit and then I'm gonna watch it with Mal and get her opinion, make sure everything's all set. But yeah.
Yep.
I already know I'm going to cry. I am absolutely going to cry when it's done. I think it's years worth of emotions of just wondering for the longest time if this would ever actually get done. And the fact that it's finally going to be done, I'm probably going to break down heavily. Just being real. 3 months from Mike the Knight, 512. That's a plus. 300 bits from Prince, who says, you just activated my Siri. My apologies to everyone. It just happens. We got 300 bits from Danny X6. I've never streamed on Twitch before, but I've been inspired by y'all playing Breath of the Wild. Once my capture card finally arrives, I want to stream my experience playing Master Mode for the first time. Wish me luck. I'm afraid. Good luck. I'm having enough difficulty with just the normal mode, so I can't imagine what Master Mode would be like. But streaming's fun. Streaming is a lot of fun. I hope that you enjoy it. 900 bits from Gold Mage with the Sighing Star Rain. Sigh Rain. 1600 bits from Bucky Boy 2009 says 300 bits from Bucky Boy 2009. Hap Anniverse. Thank you, Bucky Boy. 505 beats from Peach Macaron. Did I say 505 peach?
Beats.
Beats?
Like the vegetable.
505 beats per minute is too many. 505. Man, what's wild is that beats, Peach Macaron PM would be per minute. Look at that, 505 beats per minute. Anyway, so when I visited Mexico, rural Mexico, we have a drink thing called pajarete, which is alcohol mixed with either instant coffee or chocolate powder, and yes, with milk directly from the cow, typically had in the morning. It's actually quite good. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. Pajarete? I think so. Neat. Like,
Carlos.
the idea of alcohol with instant coffee is really interesting.
Carlos said 505 beats per minute is too fast.
Oh, I know. I know. I love that that's where Carlos jumps in. Hey. Also, he spelled it with 2 E's, which I mean...
That's what I said, beats, like the vegetable.
Which presumes he's saying that if you're eating 505 beats in a minute, that is also too many beats. It's both ways. Either in music or in food. Carlos says, I woke up to this. I don't even know what that would sound like. It really would sound like brrr, because that's too many. Can't wait to hear Carlos's next song recorded at 505 beats per minute. White 15 Wolf gives a sub to Mortally Crafty. Appreciate it. Sparks 15 gives a sub to The Kubliest. So Haley's got access to Mao sighing, which is great. 15 months from Awkwardly Sober says, my wife says I missed the teething discussion. Teeth. Speaking of teeth, just want to let everyone know that Custom Smash is coming soon. Can't wait to get back into them teeth. Great. We got a 3-month resub from Tay the Neon Nico, or Neko. Says, hi Steven, hope you don't mind me promoting Fund the Charity Room, who are raising money by playing games for the Diabetes Research Institute tonight at 2 p.m. on Twitch. Very cool. Very cool. It's interesting you say tonight at 2 p.m., but I guess if you wake up early enough, 2 p.m. will count as the night. Either way, I hope that the charity goes well, and good luck to them. We got 300 bits from Item Crafting Live. If Breath of the Wild has taught us all anything, it's this. If you're low on health, just eat a bunch of grilled fish and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Go to the hospital and give everybody fish.
Did you see what Carlos said?
I didn't.
Right there.
505 beats per minute is 8.41 hertz, which is below the human ear's lower perception of pitch at 20 hertz. So you would just hear brrr and no pitch. Well, I'm glad that we're getting that. See, we have to have folks here to talk about different things. Noah talks about science. Mm-hmm. Carlos comes in to talk about music, which also has, kind of an overlap with science also. I'm like that pawn shop show where the guy's like, I don't know much about this, but I'm gonna bring in my expert friend who knows about beats per minute. And then Carlos shows up on the show and it's like, this is, the hertz would be, you'd only hear boo. And I go, thanks, Carlos. And then I turn to the guy and I'm like, I can do $5. But it's solid. I can do $4 actually. Wait, you said $5. You give me $5. It's funny, actually, I mentioned Pawn Stars. Roland and I have joked before about shooting a Pawn Stars parody at Player's Choice, and it would be really funny. like either on its own or maybe as part of TRG Coliseum. Like, God. And Roland, I don't know if Roland would admit to this, but like Roland actually has a really good charisma and camera presence. Mm-hmm. Like he gets it. He can roll with things and actually do improv, and I think it just comes from years of interacting with customers and knowing how to communicate with them. So he would actually do, I think he'd do really well on camera too.
Yeah.
Anyway. 300 bits from Summer Essentia. A fun fact about Norwegian dialects, a lot of our dialects like shortening words as much as possible, making sentences made up of only one-letter words entirely possible. For example, oh my god. Did I ruin that? Did I offend someone? Maybe. Meaning, is that what it is? Or, meaning, I am also in Class A. How good did I do? Was it really bad? It felt like I did really bad. That being said, that fact is super interesting. It's super interesting.
Summer Sencha says, well, and Mech says it was probably the worst Norwegian I've ever heard.
That sounds about par for the course. Just as a fun reminder, if anyone wants me to ruin their language, send in something for me to say. Even if I'm trying, I will ruin it. Except Spanish. I can, because I had classes in Spanish, I have a relative understanding of how to pronounce the words, even if I don't know exactly what I'm saying. I can at least usually get through it. Sounded like a 3,000 years. Man, Chaz, could we get a secret alert that has like the word mummy and it's just the Is that possible? Just throwing it out there? You know. So that could be a secret alert. That's really funny to me right now. It may not be funny to me tomorrow. I don't know. But right now, it's very funny. I just know Chaz is magic. Chaz has put so many alerts in there that I did not ask for. Sometimes I don't even know what's happened. I hear new stuff and I'm like, what's that? And everyone's like, oh, Chaz did a thing. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. 500 bits from the chemist. Who says, hashtag no eggs because I just don't like them. Had a bad experience summer before 8th grade when I went to summer camp and we had eggs every day for breakfast. And we were required to eat the food on the table. I don't eat eggs because of that. They were always scrambled, but sometimes had cheese or salsa in them for a bit of difference. Yeah, I think as a general rule, if you're forced to eat something, you're probably not going to like it. So I certainly don't blame you there. Although, on that note, if anyone has not had scrambled eggs with cheese or salsa, especially salsa, highly recommended. Just slather them eggs and salsa. They're great. And that is one reason I will do eggs a little bit more firm than I normally do. I do them this creamy way if I'm going to spread them on toast. If I'm going to put salsa in them, I tend to cook them longer because I don't want them to mix together. I want the salsa to be a very separate thing. Don't puke. Don't puke. Don't puke now. 909 bits from Prince with that Pikmin fail star rain. Thank you, Prince. Item Crafting Live gives a sub to Talon Wolf. 300 bits from Shy, who says, just wanted to chime in a bit, but if you can, try to limit the amount of hand sanitizer you use in short time spans. The excessive alcohol over long periods of time can start to have adverse effects on your skin. For quick, short uses, it's fine, but if you can help it, always choose soap and water over just drowning in hand sanitizer. It's a good tip. I can't even use it. I cannot even use hand sanitizer because I have eczema, and it will destroy my hands. And also, the scent of it.
You hate the scent of it. Yeah,
I'm extremely sensitive to smells, and hand sanitizer is so powerful that it's going to make me dizzy and give me headaches, so I can't even use it. That's all right. When we go out, instead of using hand sanitizer, I just don't touch myself. I don't touch my face. I just don't touch anything. One of the reasons we until I get home.
Masks in the car after we finish shopping.
Yeah, it's a helpful. Yeah. It's a helpful thing. But if you can use it, limiting your usage of it can be good. We got 500 bits from Murmur. Says, I once had a marching band show that a marching band show that was at 200 beats per minute at some sections, and I thought I was going to die. It was a super fun show, though. To be honest, my greatest connection to BPM is DDR.
I knew it.
Like, if you play DDR for a while, you actually become very familiar with what beats per minute feel like, because it says on there, and you're using that as a basis for how hard levels are going to be, because the levels have like a difficulty rating, but like Carlos says, 200 beats per minute is fast feet, and yeah, it's very fast. I'm not going to remember these songs. Afronova. It got there. It's in my head somewhere. Afronova is a song in DDR that I think is 200 BPM. And that song, like, Christ almighty, is too much. It's too much. I'm glad that there's a few people here that are like, yeah, Afronova. I still got this knowledge up here. I spent so much time in high school. Playing DDR. And, God, I want to get back to it as soon as I can get that pad.
As for marching band,
yeah,
my high school, we did roll steps.
Mm-hmm.
For
I don't know what that is.
It's just the way of marching to keep yourself very level, especially when you're playing clarinet. You don't want to stab the roof of your mouth. But the Madison marching band, the UW marching band, like, they have a very different style, a high step marching style, but their legs are kind of, they're not their knees up. They're like tilted this way, like they're. Like, if this is the foot and this is the knee, like, it's very different.
So it's just how high you're raising your leg?
But you do this. Like, there's high stepping.
I know, but on your roll step thing, it's just...
Roll stepping is just walking, basically, but it's a certain type of walking.
Okay, I've seen that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But there's high stepping where you bring up your knees.
That's fair.
And the Madison band kind of turns their feet in like they're doing a front attitude in ballet. Words that are just...
Yeah, you lost me a little bit. Anise asked, why can't Thomas just mail the dance pad to you?
It's large and heavy, and it is expensive to mail.
Yeah, it's just it's a cost thing. So it's, I don't know how heavy it is, but it's huge in metal, and then also it's like 3 feet square. So it's just real big. And I've already paid for the dance pad, and also paid Thomas to go get it. Mm-hmm. So this has been a purchase with a capital P, but it's funny because like we don't even have it. Because Thomas volunteered to go get it. And it was what, a 90-minute drive?
One way, yeah.
A 90-minute one-way drive. Thomas volunteered to go get it, so I paid him so he could pay the person. Or we paid the person ahead of time?
No, he paid them.
Yeah, it was a Facebook thing. So he went and met the person, paid them, and then also we paid him for his time and his gas. So, again, it's a fairly expensive purchase, but we don't even have the thing. But we're gonna get it someday.
I'm sure he'll...
I think what's gonna happen is at some point before the end of the year, he's going to want to visit his family.
Yeah.
They'll probably do the whole quarantine thing, and he'll want to visit his family. And when he does that, I think that he'll probably bring it by.
Yeah.
So, we'll get it.
Yeah.
And then we gotta figure that out. That's like a whole different thing, because that's gotta be hooked up to like a computer.
I hope it works.
So, Chaz said Mummy lives.
Oh no.
There is no way you did it that fast. No. No. Are you serious? You can't do it that quick. Are you serious though? Are you for reals? Are you really? Someone have to test it. I can't do that. Did it work? Now I'm just like... Oh, you did it! I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I can't believe he did it that fast. Oh my god. That's so fast. That's so fast. Also, that's amazing because what that means, I'm getting dizzy. What that means is that literally midstream, we can come up with a stupid idea and Chaz will do it. I can't believe it. Is it not the best sound, though? Anything's possible with Chaz, man. Anything is possible with Chaz. Jesus. What's so great? So here's I'll tell you what's so great about this. What's so great is that it's happening right now, but what's going to happen is like tomorrow when we least expect it. I just punched myself and it hurt. Okay. All right, let me read. These are all Mummy. We had 300 bits from Andrew in the Kitchen. Also from White 15 Wolf, and Gold Mage, and Agers, and Reed, and Sparks 15, and Cure Jupiter, and Paint Chipper, and Line Rider, Reed again, and Chemist, and their Scolopendras, which came out as coffee because the alerts are, they rely on secret keywords. They rely on secret keywords. That's just another fun secret keyword. Because there's all sorts of them now. There's, we actually just went through them the other day. There's birthday, M&M, toasty, mummy. I think that honk. I think there's 5. In cheers of 300 or more, when there are certain keywords, they override whatever the default alert is. I think there's some things they don't. I think they don't override songs. But obviously, if someone sends in 5,000 bits for a song about honk, they probably want to hear the song and not just get honk. So, Chaz is the one that did all of that. God. The 300's from Shishu-sama says, Mummy, can you help me? What's that noise Grandpa made earlier? Alright, I gotta be done. This is a long stream. We started a little late too, so that's part of it. I've had a blast. Thank you all for making the beginning of our anniversary so memorable. I have a day ahead of me because I'm still working through Fallout. But we're gonna have a good meal tonight. Yeah. We're gonna have some sort of secret, I guess
secret present?
Yeah, some sort of secret dessert, probably. Yeah, probably. So, we'll see. We'll see what that is. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Is there art? Is there? I saw some people mentioning art. Is there art? If there is, we can show it before we end. But I saw some people mentioning it. We're late. Okay, we can show it tomorrow. But yeah, otherwise, today's Thursday. So, Byleth is today on Smash. And, yeah, join us tomorrow for Breath of the Wild at 8 p.m. Eastern. What's going to happen tomorrow? I don't even know. Tomorrow's going to be great. God, tomorrow's going to be great because we're kind of released back into the world. So that's good. Yeah. Oh, Fossix is testing precedence. Ooh. What will I actually don't know what will happen. Honk. Interesting. So there's 300 bits from Bucky Boy 2009. 300 bits from Elena. who says, what if I want to talk about birthday party with a mummy who says honk? Sparks15, 300, says, Mummy, I just hit my 50,000 bit badge, now it's 50,300. Congrats, and also thank you. And then Fossix with the 300, who says, to test which one takes precedence, happy M&M Mummy Honk Toasty birthday. And apparently it's honk. How does it decide? I have no idea. Like, is it random, or is it, like, actually, like, in the list? I don't know. Oh, Chaz will tell you. They have equal priority, so it'll pick one at random. Man. Take that, Streamlabs. You don't got no secret keyword alert stuff. That's right. Anyway, thank you all. Appreciate this morning. Had a lot of fun. And have a great Thursday. We will see you back here tomorrow night. At
that time that Breath of the Wild happens.
What time is that? 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern. Breath of the Wild. All right, bye.